Oh.
Oh, this is the one that you got me for my birthday.
Ah.
You know, I really like this one. It's good for Halloween too. It is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost in a vibrant raspberry. It's very beautiful. Right?
It is.
And for the funny of the day, are you ready? I have a couple of them.
Is your mic on?
Yes, it is.
No, it
It's
is.
not.
Try turning your
Testing
mic
you.
on. Wow.
Yeah, see? Now it works. Watch out. Funny of the day.
Of that. What? Joe Biden. Of
From the true and serious quotes of Joe Biden. And then this one I thought was really cute.
Yes, that was my funny. Say you love pumpkin spice everything. That just cracked me up when
And I
I
have
saw
this one
it.
too.
Yes.
I thought it was really cute for all of
Yes.
those that go and get, oh, where'd it go?
Of that, you lost it.
I did. I don't know why. I'll find it.
Of that,
Never.
of that.
I closed that. Oh, there we go.
There you go. You found it. Yes.
For all of those that go and get COVID tested, this could be you.
Yes, of
I'm
that.
just
Yeah, it is. It's
I thought it was a cute little lawn.
well, it is, and I think it's apropos for what's going on this. Is we are killing we aren't. Our leaders are killing us over this whole thing. So it has a double entendre meaning.
It sure does. You ready to go on Facebook?
You acted like you even knew what double entendre was.
Well, do you have to call me out?
Yes.
We're going on Facebook. We're getting out of here. Doesn't mean like two meetings. Double meetings, right?
You're good.
How long was I singing? I can't hear anything. Is it playing?
Yes.
There we go.
It's that funky slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.
Wow. You screwed it up already.
What?
And on YouTube, make sure you go and hit that like and subscribe button and share us all over to your world. And go to our Instagram and make sure you like and follow that one as well.
What did I screw up?
You said YouTube. I say YouTube.
Oh.
You took my line.
Oh.
That's all right. I forgive you. It's all good.
Well, I got excited. That,
You did.
That pumpkin spice picture.
That was
you
cute,
showed
huh?
got me excited.
Yeah, make sure you go to YouTube and check that
Yeah,
out. 'cause
check
it was
that
cute.
out. See why I messed up my line on that. Oh, I
We
thought
like
it
to
was
bring
funny.
in the laughs before he takes over and goes all.
That's that's a good excuse for you to venture on over to YouTube and check that out on the bonus coverage that you don't get on Twitch or Facebook
Nope.
of that.
Sure don't.
Lots of things. It's finally a
Freaky Friday!
Freaky Fast Friday.
I don't know. I
Nope,
went
that-
Spooktackular, which
Spectacular Friday.
I don't know. It's something. It's Friday.
Well, they finally want the way everybody or a lot of people want Halloween to go on Saturday, so it actually naturally fell on Saturday in 2020. But guess what?
You ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, you got it. That it pretty much canceled all the way around on that, and it's been going around on the deal of and let me see if I can find it on the KUSI.
There are some events today. There's that at Discovery Church. You can go and do a drive-through trunk or treat
Yes.
in Moreno Valley.
It is on that. And there's been a lot of controversy on that. There I got it. It's KUSI San Diego, and I think Newsweek actually posted this. Flip up number 4 since we're on the Halloween Express here. New mandatory Christmas Thanksgiving gathering guidelines official KSI News. And we ran through these before, the no more 3 households, including that. But the one we had before, it didn't have Christmas in it.
Does it have Christmas now?
Read the.
I don't want to. I'm busy.
Read the KUSC.
No, I don't want to. I refuse to.
Says new mandatory
No.
California Christmas Thanksgiving gathering guidelines official, and it gives you the whole thing. You know, no more than 3 households, including your own, including your own, may gather. So really, that means 2 other. people and the whole thing. You can't use the bathroom unless it's frequently sanitized and yada, 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 yada. You can only gather for 2 hours. 3 households only, but no concurrent gatherings with people you know in the same park if you're sitting in the park. All seating must be socially distanced. Food must be single-served and disposable dishes. So no just putting out the turkey or the the beans and gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy, I should say, and not in a salad and serve yourself. One person's got to do all this and all the BS. And you thought it was only going to be you thought this stuff was over? No. Fauci said, is beating the drum from yesterday when an article said, oh, well, we're not going to be over this till 2022.
What? Stop talking. I'm just kidding.
No.
2022?
It's that whole mentality, and I'm glad. The one of the great things that Trump did was he didn't fire Fauci, basically.
Can't he, overrule all that?
Yes, because he's the president. But he basically shoved Fauci to the side, like he said in that one off-camera clip or a private meeting that got linked, and he said, basically Fauci's a nut. He's been wrong, all this stuff. And Dr. Scott Atlas has been advising or been the main guy talking on that, which is right up there and on the same wavelength as Dr. Kelly Victory and others. This stuff this stuff is nothing for the average person to worry about. We shouldn't be canceling life. And actually, It's going to be shown. There is no saving lives. Zero. It's like there is nothing free. Everybody is going to die. It's how much time you got on Earth. Trying to extend a few people's lives a few more hours is going to cost the vast, vast majority 100,000 times more hours in shortening their life expectancy.
And I feel like when it's people's family members and they feel like it's going to be their mother or their grandmother or their father, I think they appreciate people trying to, but at the same time, like you're saying, it's inevitable. In the end, you're going to be the one that's going to save your family members, whether you're around them or not.
It's like free.
But to put that fear into everybody to not have a life, like my kids, why can't they go trick-or-treating?
Saving life is an oxymoron. Extending a life, yes. You aren't saving one because eventually that, you are no longer walking on the planet Earth.
Well, sometimes people can save lives if someone's choking.
Well, yeah, but no, you're just extending their lives. You're not saving a life. You're just extending the time they had, because if they'd choked to death, they'd be dead.
That's negative thinking, I feel like, though.
Well,
for all the heroes out there, I think there's some certain extents where somebody saved
But it's the language that puts that thought in your head that it really isn't reality, and you believe, saving a life, like, oh, I'm just going to live forever, and you kind of...
I plan on living forever.
It's all that. It's all that. Well, yeah.
I'm kicking butt at it so far.
Good luck on that one.
Oh, my gosh, I just jinxed myself.
Since nobody else has done that before, in the history of our world. And but no, it's a reality of the situation. And if you talked in terms of how things were, it's like if you eliminate, there is nothing free. It may be of no cost to you, but somebody paid for it or built it or provided it. It just didn't happen. So really, this whole free or this and is
but
free.
I feel like I get stuff for free. It makes me feel good. Don't take that away, please. Thank you.
It's designed to control you.
Well, it makes me happy. Let me have the little bit of joy I have in my life right now, getting free samples, okay?
They're not free samples.
Stop! Come on! 5 minutes. That's all I want.
Of that. But no, if we would deal with... It's like the election things and a lot of things you and many others are coming to see on this stuff. You're now seeing the reality of the situation on what's going on of that. So... Again, we're doing that. We're coming up. Obviously, Tuesday's going to be election day. We're going to go through all that stuff. Cliff Cumings will be on with us at the bottom of the hour, and we'll probably delve into that a little bit of that. But you got this. What do you got?
Well, okay, talking of saving lives and death and all that. So everybody knows Kim Kardashian and what's his name?
Kanye.
There we go. I almost said cayenne pepper. Anyways, so for her birthday, he went out of his way and got the surprise of a hologram of her dad. Her dad had died back when they were younger.
Bobby Kardashian. You know what he's famous for?
No.
2 things. He was on the O.J. Simpson team,
Okay.
and he was the one that formed LegalZoom.
Who?
LegalZoom.
What? Legal Zoom?
Yes.
Like Zoom, like the Zoom that everybody uses for schooling right now?
No. LegalZoom. It's if you want to file a LLC or do legal stuff on that, he made up forms and this and helps you out with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Anyways, back to that. So he went out of his way and got this hologram for her.
You're 40 and all
Of her dad for her 40th
you look
birthday.
beautiful, just like when you were a little girl. I watch over you and your sisters and brother and the kids every day. Sometimes I drop hints that I'm around, like when you hear someone make a big peefee, or when you make a big peefee. Remember when I would drive you to school in my tiny Mercedes every day and we would listen to this song together?
Okay, so I'll stop right there because this is 2 minutes long.
Right.
But, okay, I want your opinion on this, Roy. Her dad has been dead since she was a little girl. Ish. To get a hologram like that and see her dad, wouldn't that be kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on how I feel about that.
I thought she was about 18, like
Was she
maybe
18?
teenagers, late 20 or
Okay,
early
well,
20s
I mean,
when
she was
he
still
died. He
younger.
died about 10 years
She
ago.
was
I think.
younger.
Yeah, she was.
No, longer than 10 years ago.
Well, okay. Well,
Because the Kardashians been on for 10 years.
okay, something like that.
She's
But
40,
it was
so-
after the O.J. trial, because obviously he was on the O.J. Simpson defense team.
Well, now I need to look it up. But, I mean,
that.
super sweet and thoughtful, but to get that gift, I mean, how would you, I don't know. That would be super hard to watch. It would be neat and to, feel like he's there, but then at the same time,
I mean, I guess it depends.
it's like a false hope in a way. It's like,
I guess it, and everybody looks at people who've passed in a different way. I personally, I wouldn't have no problem with it because I've never really been, that fear of death and all that sort of stuff and what goes on. So, I mean, I think it's kind of cool that, you run a video like that, it's, it is what it is.
September 2003.
So 17 years ago.
And she's 40 now.
So she
So
was
she was, in her teens.
23.
Right. She was still younger, though. Anyways.
I
Oh, well.
said late teens, early 20s.
That's what I meant. Still a little girl.
Okay.
She is. Looking at
She
20-year-olds
made
now,
the
I'm like,
sex
God, you're
tape
so
not
young.
too. I think right after he died or something was.
She made she what?
the sex tape with Tommy Lee that
Oh.
made her famous.
I mean, that wasn't planned. But anyways, neither is I here or there. But I think it's cool. I think it's neat. I think it's a great birthday present. But then at the same time, I feel like that would be really hard to watch.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, it just depends.
To me, it's
how-
like it's a false feel good that's just not. I don't know. But then I think it's cool at the same time.
There you go.
Good job, cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Kanye West.
He's a nut. Although he came out for Trump, and then he was running for president himself, and then that kind of fizzled out. Kanye's got issues, but
Yeah. I mean, to make that hologram, though, I wonder how much that costs.
yeah, he probably didn't even.
How would you do
register
that,
on
though?
his-
I mean, technology these days, isn't
Well,
that
yeah,
crazy?
Yes, yeah, they can pop you up on a computer and do all sorts of things.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
Of that, and plus he was, he did a lot. Well, I know on the O.J. Simpson trial, there's a lot of, video film of him, so it would be fairly easy to pull that up and
And then change.
change it and move
But then
it
you have to
around
get his voice.
do all that tricky stuff.
How would you get his voice and everything in there?
Well, that's what I say. I mean, there's probably lots of recordings of him
but to pull all that.
doing
Oh my gosh,
doing
that's
various
hours.
things, yada yada yada. So I mean, in his case, it'd probably be fairly easy to do of all
Nope.
this stuff.
Oh, you want to do the Halloween one?
Where is it? Oh,
It's right there.
yes. there it is.
So, nope. In Dallas, Texas. Oh, I can't read it. You made it bigger.
Yeah,
In
look at
Dallas,
this. This is
Texas,
in Dallas, Texas.
he had the cops called on him a couple times for his
Yes.
Halloween display.
And it does. I mean, it must have been, and it does look like from the picture, it looks very realistic.
And that is how you do Halloween,
Yes,
people.
people were freaking out. They thought there was actually dead people in the, there was 2 dead people or 3, I
Three,
guess, one
no,
in the
4.
body
Look at
bag.
that.
Yeah, of that.
Not for
yeah,
the squeamish. We forgot to warn
Yeah.
people on this one.
Of that, but yeah,
It
you
is
see
all
the
fake.
big knife of the one on the roof stuck in their head. But yeah, it was realistic enough. People were calling the cops saying, "Hey, there's these
Look at
dead
that.
bodies
I mean, look at
out
all
in
those
front of
chunks and everything.
When
He
it-
was not messing around.
which was actually a non-Halloween display of what's going on
oh my gosh.
in Dallas, Texas. But yeah, I thought that was pretty
That is.
pretty funny that the people actually freaked out. I
I
mean,
would
he
be
must have did
freaking
an
out.
absolute fantastic job of doing it to make it that realistic that people just actually freaked out on this whole thing on that. So that was everything for all of you that. And again, like I say, when Halloween is canceled for the foreseeable future on that we're going to deal with on the issue, which is absolutely tragic. And like I said, they're just canceling the fun. Anything that has to do with fun has been canceled. I warned of that. I've been warning. I said, they're trying to eliminate fun out of. They want to take the fun out of everything. Dagnabbit, if they ain't hardly succeeded in 2020.
Dagnabbit.
To bring back an old expression of that. Another thing that was absolutely disturbing on the news cycle, Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed Supreme Court justice. I was surprised at how little fanfare it was since she is replacing Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which was legislating from the bench. Hopefully, Amy Coney Barrett goes back to ruling on the Constitution, all that, yada, 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 yada. That's all the politics. But the Girl Scouts claiming, well, we're not into politics and this and that. We're into empowering women and all this other, teaching little girls how they can do this, that, and the other. So roll up number
I
4.
can't stand that woman power stuff.
Please.
We already got power, girls. Stop acting like we need it.
Yeah, well,
We
that's
already
what I
have
always
it.
wondered. Yeah, why are you trying to get rid, or why are you trying to disseminate yourself from the power you already have?
I know.
It's always been.
making me sad.
Girl Scouts delete tweet congratulating Amy Coney Barrett, but leaves a Hillary Clinton post. Mind you, the Girl Scouts says we're not political. Let's just run a little bit through the 3 branches of government. We have Congress, which is the House and the Senate. They're the legislative branch. We have the executive branch, which is the President of the United States. Then we have the legal branch, which is the Supreme Court of the United States, and their only job is to rule on issues of the Constitution of the United States. They're not political. They don't do that. They are the last arbitrator in the United States on anything doing with the law that affects the Constitution. Once they make a ruling, that's it. So you have no more appeals or no nothing, but they're not political. The presidency and the Senate, which both Hillary Clinton, she ran for the presidency and was a senator from New York. The political one, they kept her post up. They took down Amy Coney Barrett over politics. This is how screwed up your society is. And no wonder girls want to join the Boy Scouts, and they got their own issues. But this is how screwed up the Girl Scouts are of that. This is what they're teaching your kids. They're teaching your kids, we are liars in chief. Now tell me that you're not. Because you said you took down the Amy Coney Barrett post because of politics. She had nothing to do with politics. She's a Supreme Court justice. They don't rule on politics. Ruth Bader Ginsburg and her crew over there with Breyer and Sotomayor and Kagan are the ones that are saying, oh, well, we don't care what basically Bader said, we don't care what the law is. We want to push our political agenda on that, and that's that. But we're replacing her with a constitutionalist, and they first put a post out, yes, we're congratulating Amy Coney Barrett, fifth woman on the Supreme Court, yada, 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 and then they take the post down because they said it is political.
Stephen writes in, I think the Girl Scouts should start letting boys in.
This confused society. Why not? I mean, if we got the its and the things and the ands, and then maybe today I'm a girl and I'm a boy and da 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 da.
Are you disagreeing with Steven?
Of that? Well, makes about as much sense as anything else we're
As
doing in this
2020
stupid
does.
society. Excuse me.
They should not allow what's her name, Hillary Clinton posts.
Well, yeah,
why would they do that?
That's what's disingenuous about there. They leave the Hillary Clinton posts up, and she's the one who's into politics up her eyeballs. Amy Coney Barrett has never ran for office, has been a lawyer, judge, now Supreme Court justice, and never been into politics. Well, we're taking her post down because we're not a political organization. Bull
Not
crap
cool.
of that.
They shouldn't have any up, but maybe they started removing them from a certain time period and leaving the rest
Pull
up.
up number 4, please. This is a Girl Scouts code. Girl Scouts of the USA is a non-political, non-partisan organization. We are neither red or blue, but Girl Scout green. We are here to uplift girls or women. Bull crap. You're there to push a political agenda of Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, Lorena Gonzalez, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and every other left-wing kook, nutcase that's trying to destroy America. Because if you were a non-political organization, you would be taking down the Hillary Clinton stuff and keeping the Amy Coney Barrett post, which has never been political. Stop it. Now you tell me Girl Scouts is not sitting there misrepresentation at best, and if not outright lying when they put this stuff up. Here we are going to expose the truth and tell you the way it is.
Neon Love Machine writes it on on YouTube. Clinton is buying actual Girl Scouts. I think he's making a joke though.
I hope so.
I thought maybe she was buying the organization. Then I read it, I'm like, huh.
No, and it goes to this other thing. The other story in Seattle that was posted. This is posted in the Summit. Cop roasts leftist protester after she demands to deal with female police officer on this deal.
Wait, what?
And and I'm not going to run the video because it's full of F words. But the little Missy that was in Seattle, and we can put the link on there, and you can watch the video if you want. But the little Missy over there is getting all out of shape and telling the cop to F this and da-da-da-da-da, and then spits on the cop, which I'm no lawyer.
She spits on the cop?
I'm no lawyer or give legal advice, but as my understanding, you spit on somebody, can be called a battery because it's unlawful, unwanted contact.
Disgusting.
So she's doing this, and then the cop, the cop's arresting her, cuffing her.
He
and
didn't slap her?
Yeah,
Slap her.
she's saying, "Oh, you're exposing my boobs," and some other chicks with her, and they're just giving the F word. And
Well,
all
wear
this.
more proper clothing.
Thank
You plan on getting arrested that day.
Yeah,
Make sure you're
don't
wearing a freaking turtleneck.
Yeah, don't spit on the cops, and you know what? You won't be wearing the silver bracelets. On top of that, so it gets down to, and this cop is absolutely great. One of the other cops that's going on there, because it's Seattle, they had a bunch of them. It looks like there's a pile of them, or like 3 or 4 of them are standing there, probably for the arresting cop. And she's demanding a female police officer, yada, yada, yada.
But they can do that, though, can't they?
No, and the cop said, love this. He says, how do you know that the officer does not identify as a female?
See, but now they're going to be able to pull that kind of stuff.
And yes! This is what you want. You wanted all this different definitions and nobody this and the dingbat supermodel that's my kid is not going to know its sex until it's 18 or whatever, and then they're going to decide, and all this kooky crap that's been going on. So then the chick says, the other chick that's not getting arrested says, what did you ask me? The protester buffled. He says, you're assuming the officer's gender. The cop responds. And again, classic.
Now
Okay,
what?
this is what you wanted. This, you protesters and Black Lives Matters and all this. This is what you wanted. Now that's getting thrown back in your face. How do you know he didn't wake up today and say, I'm a female? What are you going to say about that? He can't touch you. He can't lock you up.
You have a point.
I thought that was classic. Classic. They be careful what you wish for. You just may get it. And the
Sounds
little
like-
girlies that were sitting there doing that, on top of that, thinking they're going to, we're going to, yeah, and you said it. I mean, it goes back
What
to
did I
what
say?
you said.
What did I say?
Why do women want to take away their power that they already have?
Really, these women act like they're so not in power and have no voice or anything. It makes me sad because I'm like, if you only knew the voice you have and stop complaining about the one you want,
Yes.
use the one you have and see how far you get.
Well, yeah, if you
But I
wouldn't have-
think these women just don't get their way, and then it's them throwing a tantrum.
I'm glad you said that.
That's why no women should ever be president. I'm sorry, I gotta stick by that. I do. It sucks.
Those are the opinions of Stephanie.
I know it's horrible. I know.
I'm not necessarily. Not that I would. No, I don't. It would have to, like I said, a Margaret Thatcher, that was the prime minister, the Iron Lady of that. Oh, what's the name? Christy Nome,
Can't
the
remember now.
South Dakota governor. I would be perfectly fine with one of those.
Yeah,
as
her
president.
I would
Yes.
definitely.
Because I'm sure she's not going to go with this. And then again, why? It's exactly the point of you made. Before you started all this crap, you would have been perfect. You'd have said, "Okay, I want a female officer." They'd have stopped, and they wouldn't have had that comeback.
Right.
Well, you know what? How do you know the cop didn't identify as a female today? What do you got to
There you go,
say
buddy.
about that?
And the link to that video, if you want to watch under your own discretion,
You
is
should
now
watch
in
it.
the comment section.
Be aware.
Can I finish?
Oh, go
On
ahead.
Facebook. See, we got power.
Yes, and be aware. And it's the girlies that are getting arrested, and it sounds like her friend, whatever, could be sister. It's another female voice. Let's put female sounding voice. I want to be politically correct. The female, but maybe
There
she
you go.
identified as a man today, so I don't know. So that's why I can't say she is a girl because like
So
the
then, what
cop-
is the proper? Because I know Amy Coney Barrett. Did I say her name right?
Yes,
Coney?
I think
Or
Coney.
Okay.
Like Coney Island.
She had or what did she call a transgender?
Oh yeah, there was a controversy that.
So what is
somebody-
the proper term?
Who cares?
Well, I just wanted to know.
There is no proper term. I
You
mean,
sure?
yeah, transgender would be that on the. Heck, it's 5:30 already.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm pretty silent. In the shy.
You are a
timid,
little
quiet.
bit. You should talk a little bit more.
Thanks. I will.
Hey
maybe I'll
guys,
start
1
that
minute.
Hi,
day.
Sean. Hi,
Hi,
Sean.
Steph.
See, you want me to talk and then you shush me.
I gotta say hi to Sean. It's the only reason why I come here.
Well, thank goodness
Poor
for
thing.
simple pleasures.
Did you just say poor thing?
Yes, you poor thing.
Let's run some of the Biden clips here.
Oh,
quickly.
this is hilarious.
Now say you would never.
Yo, I don't even know those people who snowboard and go off and have a big day.
You okay, man?
Why are you so psycho? Whoa, stop it.
So you agree that he should stop
30
Oh,
seconds.
both of you, okay? Yeah, you cow.
some fat?
No, you're not fat. You see, I was only
All right, guys, here we go.
Today with that
1490am.com and download your free phone
I
app
thought that
today.
was so cute.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of those.
There's that funky slide guitar that comes on every Monday through Friday on the Mighty Vet, 1490 AM at 5:30 on IE Newswire on Twitch, Facebook, and
On YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share us all over to your world.
yes, on a Fast
Freaky Friday! What the
I wanted to
heck,
throw the
man?
fast in. I
All
always
right.
like the
All right,
fast.
all right, all
Well,
right.
you can throw 2 of them in there.
It works.
Yes.
Better when
of
we're on
that.
sync.
Lots
but,
of stuff
I mean-
going on. To go back and watch half of the one in Texas of the guy that put out 4 dead bodies for Halloween and stuff, and people were calling all over thinking that it was real. I
But
mean,
it's not for the squeamish, so if you have
yeah,
children and you
he
don't want
does.
them
He
seeing
does
it,
a heck
it's
of a
really good.
Yes, he done one heck of a job on that.
I
of
might
making
actually have nightmares later.
a realistic Halloween decoration of that. And for those of you, especially in California, Halloween has been canceled. There's
But you
shame.
can still do your house up and have fun. Well, tomorrow's Halloween.
Why?
Why not?
Of
Get
that,
the spirit of it.
They're probably
You're handed a rotten lemon, so turn it around, throw it at your neighbor's house that's pissing you off, and embrace the crap you can do.
Don't
Deck
really
out your
throw it at
house.
them.
I know, I'm just kidding. Deck out your house, watch some scary movies with the kids or the family, whatever, and enjoy what you can do with it. Try to be a little positive throughout the negative shenanigans.
or we batten down the hatches and no, we got to stop this stuff.
We do, but
like the guidelines and canceling Christmas and Fauci saying, "Oh well, we're not going to be over this till 2022." Yeah, because your stupid policies of the masks and the social shaming and everything else and the social distancing and all that crap. We're not over it. We showed you the charts of Sweden, which did this, spiked up, nothing. Everybody else is spiking back up. Not only the United States has been yo-yoing because we've had this goofy policy, but Germany and France are now closed, locking down harder. There was a prediction by that Washington State deal that did that. Now saying, well, we're back to 1 million deaths in 2021, and California, Florida, and I think another state were going to be hit the hardest, and all this blah, 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 if we do nothing. But if we wear masks and social distancing, maybe it'd only be 200,000 stuff. You know what? If we wouldn't have listened to any of y'all doofuses that were trying to do all this, we'd have been all done with it. This virus cycle of COVID-19 would have been over with. We'd have spiked up like Sweden did, went back down, done with it, end of story. The vast majority of us would have lived our lives as a normal that. We've wrecked the economy. We've turned our system into, not only in the United States, but worldwide, into chaos and economic despair. And you know what? That is going to cost not only you, but especially future generations, because they're the ones that are going to have to. Somebody's going to have to pay the bill for all this stimulus and free and shutting down of the economy and lost production. You don't even factor that in. The stuff that wasn't built or done or shut down on that, at that time and place of 9 months and counting is gone. You cannot make that up. People are getting in short supply of supplies because factories were shut down, raw materials, steels, plastics, copper, wire, everything else is getting in short supply, going higher because the factories were shut down. They couldn't get supplies. Raw products are not there. Even if you want to do something, you can't because you can't get the materials. The far-reaching effects of the damage we've done not only in the United States but worldwide over this stuff is going to be tremendous. We haven't even scratched the surface of this. So it's time to say, chuck this stuff, in my opinion. Get over it. It's going to happen. Yeah, a few people are going to die of this stuff. That's the way of the world. You know what? You ain't changing it. You're going to die of something. Let's get on with living life.
Amen, brother. Amen. Or you'll end up... Oh, go back.
Go back to what?
That picture.
Well, find the picture you want.
Well, now it's just not going to be smooth. I'm trying to be smooth. Oh, shoot. I think I closed out something.
Uh-oh. Did you kill it?
I might have.
Of that? No, it's been a fun day. We're still the one thing, and thought we were going to get the.
Or you'll end up like this.
Yes, there you go. We thought we were going to get the ruling
didn't work anymore.
last Friday because the trial was 2 Wednesdays ago of the Kylie Gallagher case suing Newsom over these executive orders, and it's the second Friday. We still haven't got a ruling from the judge in that case, which is surprising on that whole deal of that. So we're doing that, and hopefully as soon as that ruling comes in, we'll have Assemblyman Kevin Kiley, who's one of the principals on that, ready to go and update us whichever way that comes out. Hopefully the judge, and I'm hoping in this case that I think it's a she, he or she is, or gender, we'll get into that maybe later on. We did in the first half hour. But I hope the judge is really writing an ironclad decision that is going to be, well, nothing as appeal-proof as it is on the, as it can be on this thing. So if they do rule in the favor that Gavin Newsom has exceeded his executive order, emergency powers authority on this, that we will be able to start cracking this stuff in a big way and start getting back to the way it was before March when all this madness stopped.
It's going to be
started.
Do you think it's going to surpass a year? I feel like it is.
Who knows? I mean, you know,
I was so hopeful for June. Everything was like,
Yeah.
that when everything kind of started opening up, and I was like, heck yeah, we're going to go back to school. We're going to do this.
which is what the Sweden model was. By June, they're flatlining.
Right.
Almost no. They spiked up just like everybody else, and they're coming down, in June of that. But they're flatlined because they didn't close most of the schools. They didn't, most of the businesses stayed open. They didn't mandate masks and all the other nonsense. They did limit gatherings. They did a few measures of that. Okay. Fine and dandy. It worked. Lots of people were castigating them for what was going on on that. But they are proven. I think the real world data now is showing that Sweden did it exactly right. That the rest of the world, and you're seeing it with France and Germany now closing down, the big warnings coming out for Fauci, we're going to have to close. We're basically going to be closed for 2021, and all the other stuff. The Washington State study coming out saying California and expect 1 million deaths in 2021 over COVID-19 because if you do nothing and all the scare tactics are coming, and that is, I'm hoping the madness will be over. But to fill us in, maybe we'll touch on the elections a little bit or anything else. An update is on the new dealership they got. We have on the line the owner of Toyota of San Bernardino Subaru, I-10 Toyota, and the newest one, I think, is San Bernardino of Nissan. Cliff Cumings, welcome to IE Newswire with Steph and Roy.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, we took possession of the Nissan store basically today, and we're going to open on Monday because of all of the various licensing and things like that you can't get done on a weekend.
So now actually got the keys to the door.
We have the key to the door. The door is open. We've got people in there cleaning and throwing away things and getting the new signs done, and it's like a little beehive over there. Everybody's doing a great job, and we're real happy that we added one more in the San Bernardino Auto Plaza, and they've got a nice little product lineup, new engines. The Rogue is real good. They've got a new truck. They've got a lot going on there, and it's funny because we had a couple of customers come in. I was over there earlier, and they were looking for something Nissan-y used, so we sent them over to the Toyota store, and they each bought a used Rogue we had, and one bought a used Tundra.
Well,
So
there you go.
All the dealerships, they all play well together, all the different groups, and it's sort of one hand washes the other, and it's nice to see all the staff working together very, very well. So I'm real pleased, and I'm very much looking forward to putting another dealership, in the success mode in San Bernardino. We've done pretty well so far. We're going to give it another run.
And if there's a town that needs some successes, it's definitely San Bernardino.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. It's like everybody puts it down. I mean, I live in the town, and I think that probably it's being beaten up a little bit too much because actually the automobile business and the Auto Plaza is very, very good. There are signs of life with new buildings, new houses being built, some new construction. We've got Amazon coming with a boatload of jobs. We've got Perot's guys doing something. I mean, there is life in the big city, as they would say, and I'm quite thrilled, really, to have the Nissan product because it fits right into our Subaru Toyota mix. You get those different types of cars and different levels of pricing. So Nissan fits in very well for us, and if we can get a win for Trump, which I think we will, the market will stay strong and it'll be a great move.
Let's talk about that a little bit because, obviously Tuesday is going to be the big day, and hopefully we'll have a deal on that. Trafalgar, the USC poll, which called the Trump election to both of them in 2016, going against the odds, are both predicting electoral college victory for Trump in 2020. Again, going against conventional wisdom like it was in 2016 when almost everybody in the polls and everything were saying Hillary's going to stomp Trump. It's going to be a coronation. She's going to win 57 states, I think, as Obama said one time or something or other. But, give us, what do you think? What do you think's going to happen on Tuesday? How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I've been saying all along Trump's going to win, and I'm sticking with that. I think that with Biden shuddering in his basement and popping out occasionally, not knowing who he's running against, because he called him George, I think, the other day. And it's a shame, and it's a shame. And you look at the crowds that the president's drawing and the 10 people that Kamala Harris or Biden are drawing. It's really quite shocking. And I think one of the pollsters said it really well this week, and he just said that you know what? If Trump wins, we might as well just close our doors and go out of business, because we will have been dead wrong again, and we will have no credibility. And I agree with him. They should close their doors and go away, because the way that the samples have been used, and they're skewed to Democrats, they're skewed in certain locations, California, New York. That one guy predicted that Trump's going to win New York, the state of New York, which I'm a little bit surprised at.
Yes, that one caught my attention too. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it. And again, you just have to look at the enthusiasm out there. When he shows up, the world goes crazy. And one of the things you're also looking at is that even when Harris is out, nobody shows up for her stuff. Nobody shows up for Biden. He did a podcast that I looked at. There are 26 people watching, because they give you the counter on the lower right.
Right.
26 people. My God. And I think they finally figured out that his tax increase will absolutely kill this economy. And the younger people, interestingly, are not answering questions of people. Normally they go, oh, yeah, I'm for the Democrat or whoever, that Hillary, pick one. Now they're just kind of being closed-mouthed more and more and more. So, I think that it's an interesting situation. I think there are a number of races in the congressional races that are extremely competitive and look good. Mike Garcia. The Senate races are tightening and have been tightening. They keep saying, oh, we're going to lose the Senate, lose the Senate, lose the Senate. Don't think so, but you never know. But now the most important thing, you and I have talked about this, is it's a 5.5 to 3.5 vote on the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So I think that is the greatest thing that Trump could ever have done, regardless of how all this comes out on Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday, Wednesday. If it's not Wednesday, Thursday. But I think that it is a great thing for conservatives. And if the Democrats lose, Pelosi will go away. I think Schumer will go away. I mean, these are really nasty people. And if Biden wins, who knows how long he'll be in there, because everything I'm reading is that he's showing signs of dementia. It's unfortunate. You don't want that to happen to anybody, but you certainly don't want to have a guy trying to lead the country with mental problems. So, and I hope he's okay. I really do. But he's made an awful lot of major mistakes. And if he's okay, why have the Democrats basically locked him in his house, kept him in his house, and minimal appearances? And one of them was in in Pennsylvania. I think it was Western Pennsylvania, because of the fracking issue and the where it went for Trump last time, and it looks like it'll go for Trump again this time. So again, I hope it's an early night, but and the other side of the coin is, if it's a late night, okay, we'll take it as long as it's a win.
Yeah, and I think Toyota's moved their North American headquarters to Dallas, Texas, and I know you spend a lot of time there. This couple things, and I've said Texas is turning purple. Look at Ted Cruz only won by 200,000 votes in 2018.
Different guy than Trump.
This is what concerns me. I heard today, Texas already has more vote in than the total in 2016. Second thing is, Biden was in Texas yesterday, and Kamala is in there today. That would be the equivalent of Trump campaigning in California. Why would they do it unless? And I'm just throwing the fraud thing out there. Mm-hmm. You mentioned the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia's court has ruled they can count ballots up to 2 weeks after they received, even if they don't have a postmark or anything else. That is the only thing that I'm thinking that they have this smug confidence that's going on that's just making me uneasy.
Well, I think we should all be uneasy when they go to change voting systems that have been successful for years and years and years. The absentee, people say, what's the difference between a mail-in ballot and an absentee ballot? Well, you basically are signing an affidavit that it is you voting when you do an absentee ballot. You have to drop it off. If I drop off my wife's, I have to sign that I am the guy dropping it off, and that is my wife's signature, et cetera. It's not just let's show up and throw some stuff against the wall. So it is problematic, and I suspect that if it gets to the point where it goes to the court, obviously a lot of that will be struck down. But again, it is shameful what is going on. Instead of a civil discourse between parties trying to get to an end objective, it's just two opposite ends of the polar spectrum, and it's a war all the time. And Trump's the most, I don't want to say liberal, but most centrist president we've ever had in history. Bush before him. And it's amazing what they're trying to do to this guy. And it's unfortunate, but, I had some friends who watched Fox who were CNN watchers, and they're going, holy crap, we didn't know any of that. All we thought was he's a crook. So CNN, MSN, PMSNBC, I think Rush calls it, sorry for his illness, NBC, ABC, Drudge, that thing's gone to hell in a handbag.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, because I would think that Drudge would want Trump in just for the headlines. Maybe they want Biden in so that they can have different headlines, but with Trump's record of success, I don't know. I don't understand what's gone on with Drudge. So I just deleted him. I don't even look at him anymore.
I don't know. I don't know if you caught the Rasmussen poll of yesterday of Trump's approval rating between blacks. In 2 weeks, it went from 23 to 34 to 46.
Yeah, it's a key thing, that and the Hispanic vote.
Yeah, they seem to be moving, and I'm seeing this in a lot of, especially internals and now external polls. You see blacks and Hispanics moving a lot to Trump.
You do, and again, it depends on sample. So it makes me crazy when people say, "Oh, Biden's up by 7 points," and it's in registered voters. Well, yeah, all registered voters don't vote. When you get to high propensity voters, then you want to talk about it. But again, it's sample size, sample selection. So if Rasmussen is saying X, Y, Z, I'd like to know if they're using a fair representative sample of who they're polling, not, okay, it's going to be Hispanics between 57 and 67. Well, that's a hell of a lot different than poll between an 18 and 28. So it's always based on who they're trying to get answers from. And frankly, like last time, a great number of people are not answering the Trump questions. They're either ignoring when asked, or not filling it in, or just flat saying Biden, but vote Trump when they get inside. So it's intriguing to me. And, we've got propositions in California. I'll tell you one about Arizona in a second. But 20 and 22 are the only ones that are yes. Everything else is a no.
You got it.
California. Arizona just stuck one on that wants to raise their state income tax to just under 10%. And, of course, they label it for schools, which never happens. And if that passes, you're going to see an exodus out of Arizona into Nevada and Texas and a few other states. But if they go to a 10% income tax and they say, oh, it's only for people making $400,000, they say that now. It'll be $250,000 in a year, $100,000 in 3 years. It'll be all the way down. And you know how the money grab is with politicians. So it'll be exodus out of Arizona. I don't think America's going to stand for it. I think there's finally a tipping point, just like California. You know, we've talked about when will they wake up and where's the tipping point? Is it this time? Is it next time? A lot of people think it might be this time. Frankly, I don't. I think it's going to be still a hard fight in California for any Republican or any sensible Democrat to win. I mean, they get a centrist Democrat and they kill them.
Yes.
They kill them. It's just a shame.
It is. It's absolutely astounding, and I do think you're right. It's going to take, if California doesn't dive off the cliff on this stuff, excuse the name on that, but no, I was kind of optimistic, and I especially 22. 22 looks like it's really close. The one about the Uber and Lyft drivers and stuff. If they vote to unionize, if the citizens vote to unionize or make it mandatory that Uber and Lyft drivers are unionized, I think we're going to backslide the gains we made in 2018, where we rejected the school bonds and things like that.
Yeah, it's. Again, we're going to wake up and maybe we'll still be up. I don't know. We might be up all night. But again, it is one of those situations where people have got to understand how important this is. And it's not like, oh, yeah, that blah, blah, blah. You know, you've got to do the research and you've got to think through not only what a proposition says, but what's the chess game there. This is the first move, okay, pawn to king 4. So now you look at it and say, oh, well, that's not that bad. Well, the next one is bad. The next one is worse. The next one is devastating, and they keep coming at you if they win the first round. So you got to vote no on everything but 22 and 20. And after that, we'll continue to have the fight, or we'll do like a friend of mine did last week. He's selling his business for over $1 billion, and he's leaving. He's taking his money and he's leaving California. And how many times do we hear this? Constantly. Absolutely constantly. And not only is it medium income, it is and high income, there are people who are just sitting around and they're just sick of being oppressed by the Sacramento goons. It shocks me that this continues to go on and people let it go on. So you got to get out. And the most important thing is vote. Then we would say, hey, vote Republican or at worst centrist Democrat, because we've got to get control back of the state while we still have people in it who are creating jobs.
Yes. The report, I don't know. I mean, it almost seems like daily I hear a report of somebody I know or something, acquaintance, just like that. They say, we're done with this. We're out of here. On that, and it's time flies when you're having fun. Got about 30 seconds, so I'll let you wrap it up.
Hey, I'm just thrilled to be opening up Nissan of San Bernardino. Both Toyota stores and the Subaru store are enjoying record success. One thing that was interesting, and I'll do it next time I'm on, I have my people finding out how many employees we started with before the pandemic and where we are now. I know for sure that Subaru is up very significantly. We've done great during it. And I can tell you that Nissan's starting out with 41 employees. So we're going to track that. And I haven't checked in the 2 Toyota stores. But those have done incredibly well as well. So we appreciate the support from the local folks. And you know what? The charities appreciate the support we give them, because we all work together, I think. And we keep trying to row these boats in the same direction, but boy, Sacramento makes it pretty damn hard.
Yes,
and I don't want DC to make it harder. So hey, appreciate you having me on. hope to talk to you soon, and you guys have a great night.
Thanks,
You got
Cliff,
it.
you
Thanks for
too.
coming on, Cliff.
One of our viewers is actually going to go out and get his wife a new car at Toyota because she's had a few and she wants another one. So hopefully you'll see them
Yay
soon.
team. Yay team.
That's
Very
the power
good.
of this show. You're going to
Yep.
get a new sale.
You got it. All right.
You got
Have
it.
a
We'll
good
talk to
one.
you soon, Cliff. There you go. We only got about a minute or so left on the deal. It's a pretty good show, going back and forth.
Yeah, it went by quick.
Yes, time flies when you're having fun on this deal. And but no, we're going to come back on Monday. We're going to preview it. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I'm
we'll.
like panicking just hearing elections and next Tuesday. It
Yeah.
triggers. I don't know. I don't want to put it out there, but
I don't know. Maybe we'll do some expanded coverage on Tuesday or something because I think it's going to be
No,
a
I'm just
rocking
kidding.
and rolling.
I think
time
it's
out
going to
there.
be.
Yeah. I mean,
don't
like
know.
you say, it could be a late night. It could be over early. Who knows? And anything in between. But expect the unexpected in 2020 because if it is in 2020, it probably will happen on that. There's the.
Exactly.
Oh, is this Katie chick?
Yeah.
Of that.
Changing the intro.
Of that. So have a great Halloween.
Yeah, have
for
fun,
whatever
be
you
out
can
there, be
have on that.
safe.
Until Monday, we're
We're
gone.
gone. I need to fade it out. We're still
The
live.
preceding